everyone. I thought I would do a couple of things. So today I am driving a Tesla Model Y. I picked it up as a loaner car because our car had an issue that Tesla needed to fix, and so they gave me this Model Y. It has full self-driving. I am in the midst of taking this car back because our car is ready for pickup, and so I'm now going to turn on full self-driving and see if this will actually get us to the dealership so I can pick up our car without me ever touching the steering wheel or the brake or the accelerator. So I'm currently sitting at a stoplight at Klingle Road and Park Road. The light just turned green and the car just started moving all by itself. I should probably flip the camera around so you can see the road, so you can see how it's doing. But it's totally staying within the lines of the road. It's doing all the turns by itself. Speed limit's 25, it's going 23. This road is a little bit windy, so that kind of makes a little bit of sense. Wow, it follows the lines to the T. It just had a spot in the road where the line went kind of out, like a wide turn. If I were driving it, I would have driven over those lines just to make a smooth turn instead of going kind of out and then back in. It followed the lines exactly, and it's not going to help if I'm going over bumps in the road and knocking the camera off. That's not a good thing. So this road actually gets better. This is probably the bumpiest road we're going to be on. It's got a lot of potholes and patch holes in it from all over the place. So Tesla does have, from a safety perspective, it's beeping at me because it's seeing I'm not paying close enough attention to the road. There we go. It likes it now because I'm paying better attention to the road and don't have my hands full of shit. Oh, dang, we got close to that car. But I get my hand off the steering wheel and Tesla navigate around it. So we're going to go for a speed hump. Ooh, it went faster over the speed hump than I would have gone, but that's okay. So this is a test of my nerves. At the same time, I'm fascinated, and at the same time, really see an amazing future in this. So just thinking about my mom, who has vision issues at this time in her life, where her vision has just gotten worse, and so now she doesn't drive after dark. Can you imagine her still being able to get around? And we're going through some more bumpy roads. Ay, 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 ay. So that's construction. These are construction roads where they've been digging in the street, and there's kind of no getting around it.
In 500 feet, turn
is.
right onto Connecticut Avenue Northwest. Now turn right onto Connecticut Avenue Northwest.
So there's somebody walking across the street actually, in the crosswalk. It did a good job of letting him go across the crosswalk like it's supposed to. So for some reason it's got a preference for this left lane. I would have never gotten in the left lane because I know that people make left turns out of this left lane all the time on Connecticut Avenue. The light just turned yellow. A little bit of a hard stop, but that's okay. It came to a stop like it's supposed to. Interesting. So it's going to take me up Connecticut Avenue to 495. I would have actually gone a different way, I would have gone down Reno Road. Just I got a preference for Reno Road. But that's okay. This road gets me there. This way gets me there just as well. I just have a bias toward not going on the Beltway if I can help it, and so that's what I would have done. I would have avoided the Beltway, but no big deal. The Beltway's fine, and it's Sunday, and we should probably be not very much traffic there. It's actually not too much on the Beltway itself, just a really small segment. I didn't look on the map to see where it's getting off. Is it going to go from the Beltway up to 270, or is it going to go from the Beltway and get off on Rockville Pike and then take Rockville Pike? So it'll be interesting to see what route it takes. I could look at the map here, but I'm more interested in paying attention to what's happening with this. And this will be interesting. In front of me right now, I've got a police car that stopped with its lights flashing. Wow, it's getting into the left lane. So it saw something that made it go into the left lane. That's a good thing. So I also have this new Osmos Pocket 3. It's a new camera that I just bought that Ariel and I just bought for our trip to Japan. We had the gimbal that you use with the cell phone. It was good. We liked it. The problem is I use my cell phone too much, and so I was constantly switching it on and off of the gimbal, and here's another bump in the road. Ay. It didn't see that. That's not a good thing. So anyway, so let's try this again. Switch that back around to me. So the wonderful DC roads. The wonderful DC roads have this gimbal flying, or this camera flying all over the place. It is what it is. Anyway, so we had the gimbal that worked with the cell phone. We have a case on the cell phone as well to use the gimbal. I'd take the case off, and so I was constantly switching between the case and the gimbal, and just a little bit too much. So we bought this new Pocket 3. I'll be testing it out over the next week or so in preparation for our trip to Japan. Really looking forward to the trip to Japan. We're going with two of Ariel's brothers, Renato and Ralph. So back in 1975, Ariel's mom and dad took the family to Japan for World Expo. And so World Expo is back in Japan this year. And it was a really, really good experience for Ariel, a good family experience. And so he wanted to go again. And two of his brothers agreed they wanted to go as well. And so it'll be a fun time. It's a short trip, 10 days. And so we will fly out, spend a few days in Tokyo. Of course, Ariel has been doing all the research. He is so good at that. And these DC roads. That's gonna fall over again. Let me hold it over here, even though I'm holding it it's still bouncing all over the place because these DC roads. But I have yet to touch my hands on the steering wheel, and we have an Amazon truck parked in the street. I'm going to flip the camera around. Amazon truck parked in the street ahead of us. The car is actually shifting. Well, it went around it. Went to the left lane and then back to the right lane. So interesting. So anyway, it's looking for a face. You're looking at my face right now. There you go. You see my face? Okay, so now I'm going to flip it around this way. That's perfect. Thank you. I kind of like that. The camera just detected my face and is now going to follow my face. So hopefully, no matter where this moves, you'll always see my face centered. We'll see how that goes. Okay, we got a little bit of congestion here. Not too bad. The car is going pretty good. I have yet to put my hands on the steering wheel. 1 and 2 once. But I fought the urge, buried my desire, and so I didn't. And the car handled it just fine. Just a little bit closer to the car next to me than I would have desired. I should be used to that in DC streets, though. I mean, we get that all the time in DC, where the cars are just parked so close that you got to pass somebody. You're like right mirror to mirror. It amazes me how it sees the stoplights. So I can understand seeing the car in front of you and stopping for the car in front of you and all that good stuff. I can envision staying within the lines left and right. How it sees the stoplights, I don't get that part. And it sees the people walking in the streets too. So the little map here, maybe at the next stoplight I'll take this off of the face follow and turn it back around so I can show you things in the street.
In 500 feet, enter the roundabout and take the 3rd exit.
So this will be interesting. We're going into a roundabout at this point. We have to merge into that roundabout. And there are people crossing the crosswalk at the roundabout.
Now enter the roundabout and take the
There
3rd
are
exit.
cars in front of me. Okay, so it's going, it's clear. There are no cars in the car to my left just decided to come into our lane, but it gave them space. So it's interesting. It doesn't. There's a camera up here in the car that monitors me, and I'm not paying enough attention to the road, and so it recognizes that, and that's why you hear the beeping. That's why you have it. It has me touch the steering wheel once in a while because I'm not paying enough attention to the road. So I'll put the camera over here and see if that is better. Turn the camera around here so you can see the road in front of me. This is a narrow road, narrow lanes. So the speed limit here is only 30, even though it's a 3-lane road, because the lanes are just so narrow. So I get nervous driving on this, and it really really doesn't like it that I've got this in my hand and it can see that I've got something in my hand. Let me put this back up here and see if that's... Okay, so I'm going to leave the camera sit on the dash for a minute. Maybe if I move it over here, it'd be better. No, let's not turn around that way. Let's go back around. So you can see the lanes here. I'm on Connecticut Avenue. The lanes are tight. But it's handling well. You can see, so you can't see me because I've got the camera focused toward the road, but still have not put my hands on the steering wheel. The car is still doing its own thing. We've got about 1.95 miles to the Beltway, and so that will make me really nervous, merging from Connecticut Avenue, taking the ramp up to the Beltway and then merging onto the Beltway. That will make me a bit nervous not having my hands on the steering wheel, but I will be paying very close attention, and I'll be able to tap the brake and disengage, or just once I grab the steering wheel and move it a little bit, the autopilot automatically disengages anyway. But it will still make me nervous just because I'm not in control. And I'm a control freak. Go ahead and somebody can say it, and you'll laugh at me, but it's probably the truth. So anyway, I started talking about the possibilities of this. So can you imagine my mom being able to have a little more independence because she's able to get in a car that's fully self-driving when this matures and doesn't require the monitoring like I've got now. This is fully supervised is what they call it. And so when it doesn't require quite the supervision that it requires now, can you imagine the independence that gives her? So that's exciting to me. Hoping that by the time that I start having some of the issues that Mom's got with her vision and other things, because I'm sure that day will come for me eventually. Hoping that the maturity of fully self-driving has improved. There are cars, taxis that are fully self-driving now. For the average user, though, to own a car and have it fully self-driving, I don't believe we have that out there yet. The taxis that are fully self-driving have a lot of protections on the outside to make sure that they're doing the right things safety-wise. So I'm sure we'll get there. It'll be interesting, and looking forward to that day. Especially for the those that have handicaps and that just can't drive on their own. Wow, the independence would be incredible for them. And thinking about it from other perspectives as well. So think about individuals that have substance abuse issues, and lose their driver's license. So when we do that, we end up putting a burden on society, because how does that person get to work and get home and all the other things? And you can say they should have thought about that before, but when you have a substance abuse issue, there are lots of things at play. And so when you hold somebody accountable, at the same time you also put a burden on society, and so other people are now picking that person up and taking them to appointments and the like. So if they were able to have a fully self-driving vehicle, they could still be a productive member of society, and do their part to contribute, while at the same time being held accountable, and you could control where they could go and when they could be out. So maybe you could have those individuals that were being held accountable. Maybe you would have it so that the vehicle could take them to and from work. It could take them to and from the grocery store. It could take them to and from medical appointments. But it would not allow them to go out and socialize at bars and restaurants and the like, right? So they could certainly go get groceries and come home and prepare their meals. But from an accountability perspective, you limit what they're allowed to do socially as a result of their bad actions. So it all kinds of interesting possibilities for me. And so it occurs to me that I'm following a Rivian right now, and you can probably see that license plate direct on. I don't know why that really does that really matter. There's a Suburban. I don't know if you can see it in the left lane. It's got its flashers on. Interesting, because it just pulled up there. So not sure what that's doing. We are like 0.4 of a mile from the Beltway. So the Beltway, for those of you that are not in DC, the Beltway is a major highway, 4 lanes each direction. It is a highway, not a 3-lane each direction on Connecticut Avenue that you have to drive 30 miles an hour on. It's full speed ahead. So we're getting ready to merge onto that. You can probably start seeing the signs up there ahead of me. 495 East is going to Baltimore and Silver Spring, and you've got 495 West going to Northern Virginia, Frederick, and we're going to take the west ramp. So fully self-driving has made good choices. At this point, it's still staying in the lane it should be in. The lane to my right is a turn-only lane, and so it correctly avoided that lane. It's a good thing. And you might be able to see I can't really see the camera that well. You might be able to see the signs for 495 West, so it's just past the stoplight. And I'm taking a deep breath because I can see the traffic up there. It's moving at a good clip, and so
in 500 feet, take the Interstate 495 West ramp on the right.
So we got to take the ramp on the right. It is getting
now take the Interstate
in the
495 West ramp on the right.
My hands are still not on the steering wheel. I'm taking a really deep breath here because this makes me really nervous. So we're going up the ramp at this point. Tesla's doing a good job of navigating the ramp. Actually, the Beltway's not that busy, so merging should probably not be that difficult to do. There we go. There is actually a car on my left. I didn't like it because I'm not paying close enough attention. Sorry, that's my fault. That's my fault. It just turned off auto steer on me because I was not paying close enough attention to the road, and so it detected that and turned off auto steer for the duration of this trip. And so you're not going to get to see anymore. It actually did a really amazing job of merging onto the Beltway. Wow, I wish I had a different way to put this camera so that it wasn't bouncing all over the place, and then you could have seen that merge. Really incredible. You do have to be paying attention though. As you can see, what happened there is I was not, in Tesla's eyes, I was not paying close enough attention because I was leaning forward. I was therefore out of the camera's view that is watching me and watching my eyes and making sure that I'm paying attention, because it felt that I had violated their algorithm too many times of paying attention. It decided to turn off the fully self-driving. I wish it had not done it at that point in time. It's kind of an awkward point in time to have turned off navigation like that. I wish it would have done it when it was on a stable stretch and not in the midst of doing a turn or merging.
Now take exit 34 on the
But
right.
such is life. So we're going to finish this drive up to Tesla. Got just a little ways to go here. So 4 miles left to go, and I'll drop this car off. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the preview and you enjoyed my ramble. Ariel's probably going to say, yeah, he rambles all day long, but that's why he loves me, I guess, because I ramble. Anyway, have a good one. Today is Mother's Day, so I called my mom, this morning, wished her a happy day, sent her a little gift, some sweetness that is yet healthy for her at the same time, and called her and sang to her and wished her a happy day. My brothers and sisters are doing the same thing. She was just getting in from being out with my sister. She had a good morning with her. So, anyway, have a great day, everyone. Ciao.